What's up guys, Ken here, thanks for tuning in. All right, here we are at Lake Cochise here in Washington State, my home state. So this lake is known to have rainbow trout, bull trout, and a lot of kokanee trout. And I've never fished it, but we're about to, so we'll see what we can do. I've been to this lake probably 4 other times in my lifetime, and I'm really surprised at what I saw when I got here today. This is kind of shocking. The lake is so low. I never knew it could possibly get this low. This is kind of crazy. Check this out. Look at how far down from the tree line we are. I'm at the water's edge right now. But every other time I've ever been here, the water has been all the way up, or almost all the way up to that tree line. And I mean, look at how low this water is. That's crazy. So we'll see how it does, but hopefully the fishing is even better because the fish are going to be more concentrated in the smaller body of water. So let's see what we can do. So I'm debating, should I start out with power bait or tie on a couple of spinners and toss those around just to see what happens. But I feel like, you know what, whenever you get to a fishing spot, the first thing you should do, tie on a spinner and just toss it around a few times just to see what happens, right? So we're gonna go with rooster tail. I happen to have a couple of brand new rooster tails on me. Never been opened. I got white with pink fading into a really dark purple, with purple and green for the tail, a gold colored spoon, and then basically the same one here, only we have green that fades to orange and basically some black. So, bam, both really good. These have all done well for me in the past, but I'm gonna go with the one that has the pink because I know trout love pink. So we'll start with that. Yes or no on the lunker lotion? I say yes. It's brought me good luck in the past. Better to smell like old lunker lotion, I guess, than smell like plastic right out of the package, right? Okay, we're good to go. Extra large size chunk of lead on there, right? Otherwise we ain't getting it out there. About 4 feet a liter. Beautiful little brand new rooster tail with some lunker lotion. You know, I wish they would make trout lures that were leaded right out of the package, you know what I mean? So you didn't have to add lead to it or do the 4 feet of leader. That's my one complaint about these little trout lures like rooster tails and meps. They're so lightweight, you know, you can't really get them out there. Anyway, here we go, first cast. All right, I got about a dozen casts in there, nothing. Not really a surprise though. Usually on lakes, I don't catch much with spinners like rooster tails and meps. Bait always works better in lakes. The spinners always do well in streams and rivers. But I always want to give it a shot. I mean, I love tossing around spinners. So anyway, power bait time. Check it out, dude. I got a pretty decent little selection of power bait going here. But I gotta go with this dark brown one. I was at the tackle shop and this guy was telling me about how his buddy was fishing with that and he was just catching one after another on this and nothing else was working. So I gotta give it a shot. And even though it's dark brown, it should be fine because the water here is like really crystal clear. So my only complaint about power bait is that it doesn't stay on the hook very good. I've had so many times where I'm using a small trout hook, I get the power bait on there, I think it's on there good, you go to cast it, it goes flying off. It just doesn't stay on the hook very good at all. But that's why you pick up these trout size treble hooks, and they have this tiny little spring built in just below the hooks. So that spring gives the power bait something to grab onto. So the power bait, that's your solution. If you're using power bait, that's what you want. It's gonna stay on these hooks 10 times better. Treble hook with a spring built into the base of the hook. So just below the hooks, there's that spring that's built into it. So there's so much for the power bait to grab onto. it's gonna stay on here 10 times better. So I finally got some. Either that or power eggs. Oh yeah. Got that one out there pretty good. And I have no rod holder. What am I gonna do? Looks like I'm using my Home Depot bucket as a rod holder. Okay, we're all set. Man, I just want one. At least one. Guys, I haven't got to chill by a campfire with my line in the water for way too long. And now I get to make a campfire. I'm excited. So, I got this. Hang on. Let's do it. Campfire time. So I just walked up into those woods and gathered a little bit of wood for the fire. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but it does not want to cut and it does not want to break. This shit is freaking strong. What are you gonna do? That's all I got. So yeah, sawing every single piece of firewood by hand with a little saw. I'm into it. I know, sawing every single piece of firewood by hand with a little saw is pretty silly, but you know what? With this thing, I mean, you just like, it's so lightweight and you can just even put it in your pocket. I mean, throw it in with anything, so it's better than nothing, for sure. Okay, new product test. Check it out. I picked up some of this stuff. Never used it before. It's a gel. Basically, you just squirt it right on your fire and you light it to get your fire going. Never used it. Let's see how it works. Okay, here we go. Wow, I love it. It's super thick. Check this out. You guys are gonna love this. I'm a fan already. Watch. Watch this. How cool is that? Nice glob of gel, super thick. So it's just gonna stay there and burn for a while. I'm loving it. Let's see how it works. Nice. So as soon as you put the flame on it, it just lights up right away. Love this stuff. I'm not sponsored by anyone, by the way. The water level is so freaking low, it's crazy, and I don't know how that's affected the fish. We got about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes left of daylight, and that's when they start biting, so I'm gonna switch up the power bait in a minute. I had the dark brown power bait. It's been over 20 minutes. I'm gonna give it at least another 10, 15 minutes. If I don't have a bite, we're gonna switch it up to the chartreuse glitter power bait, which I've used before and it's done well. I know that from experience. I've never used this dark brown power bait before. But I've heard it's good, so I'm giving it a try. How about this fire? Dude, I love that fire gel starter stuff that I just showed you. That stuff is awesome. I'm never leaving home without that stuff again. And it really boosts the morale too. There's something about a fire. As soon as that fire's going, I feel like, okay, now everything is complete. You know what I mean? I'm at this beautiful place. I've been wanting to come up here for a long time, and now I'm finally here. And the scenery here is freaking awesome. And the lake here, the water here is crystal clear. The water is crystal clear. Like one of the best swimming lakes you can go to anywhere around Western Washington. It's about an hour and a half drive from my house, but if I wanted to come to a nice lake where I know there's not going to be tons of people, it's going to be surrounded by beautiful mountains, the water's crystal clear, perfect swimming lake, make a fire, bring a little grill with you, just spend the day here. This is the best. I mean, an hour and a half from Seattle, and that's not bad when you know, when you think about what you get. I mean, that's not a bad drive. You leave in the morning, you spend all day up here. When it gets dark, you go home. So much better than just going to one of the lakes close to home that's only like a half-hour drive, 45-minute drive maybe. You do that, there's just going to be tons of people. There's no scenery like this, that's for sure. The water's not going to be crystal clear and clean like this. You can't have a nice section of beach like this all to yourself with a fire. I immediately feel like I'm in a much better mood now that this fire is going. I feel like I could just chill here all night, even if I don't catch anything. Love it. Let me give you another look around so you can see what I'm talking about. There is one car way over there, two ladies sitting by the lake, having some appetizers and a glass of wine. A couple people way over there on the other side. But I mean, I had this huge section all to myself. Look at this beautiful lake. Not a single house. Nothing but mountains and woods, the whole thing. Love it. Time to change up this power bait. Ow! I just got hit by a coal. Better scoot down a bit. Oh, I got a bite. Oh shit. Fish on. Woo-hoo-hoo! Dude! I had a bite. My fish took the line around a rock and got snagged. And I lost him. Maybe he's still on there. Oh, he's on. Yes. What is it? Oh. Oh. Dude. Oh, it's a friggin' pike minnow. Check it out. Yeah, that's a pike minnow. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that ain't no rainbow trout. It's not a kokanee, it's not a bull trout. These are invasive. But I tell you what though, I'm so excited that I just got a bite and caught anything. I was losing faith that I was gonna catch anything, man. So I'm feeling pretty jazzed, even though it's just a pike minnow. At least we got some fishing action. We didn't go with nothing, but we're gonna get our line right back in there. That chartreuse glitter power bait did the trick. If you can catch a pike minnow, let's see if we can catch some trout. Now, see this style of hook remover? I've never liked these. I've never been able to get them to work. I just always thought they were stupid, but let's see if we can make it work. You slide it in, and then you spin it. This is a treble hook, so. Hey, it worked. Just gotta give it the spin action. I've seen guys do it. I saw a guy do it that way and it worked really well, so this is my first time using this style of hook remover, using the proper technique like that. Get the line in there, slide it down, and then just spin it around so the fish is kind of spinning around a couple of times. It'll get the hook out. Yeah, so these freaking pike minnow, a lot of the rivers and the reservoirs around up here in Washington, they're invasive and they just breed like crazy. And they just take over. So there are some places where they pay for them, and I might even be able to get paid for that. I'm not sure. I mean, it's not really worth it if it's just one, but I looked on the Washington Fish and Game website, and it shows a list of people who earn money catching pike minnows and turning them in because they pay you for them. And there are a few guys out there that are actually making almost $40,000 a year doing nothing but fishing for pike minnows all year round. Some of these places where they're just super overpopulated, and they just, basically it's like a full-time job for them. So that's kind of cool. But no, we're not throwing him back. We'll dispose of him. Let's get another fish. All right, let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on the chartreuse power bait. We got maybe 15-20 minutes of daylight left. That's it. Oh, and we have a really cool orange moon going on. This is the first time I've been able to get my line in the water and get to a lake where there's just mountains and no people and have a nice fire going and just chill. First time I've been able to do this in too long. So I'm really glad I came. It was a really good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you want. I respond to everyone.